Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're here today to certify Fort Huachuca as a FIREWISE community. Our special guest today, Major General Robert P. Walters, Commanding General, U.S. Army Intelligence Center of Excellence, Colonel Whit Wright, Garrison Commander, Fort Huachuca, the Honorable Alicia Ash, Councilwoman, City of Sierra Vista, Mr. Jeremy Thompson, the Office of the United States Senator Jeffrey Flake, Mr. Tom Welly from the National Fire Protection Association, and Ms. Myra Moreno from the Arizona Department of Forestry and Fire Management. Thank you all for your attendance. FIREWISE is a community-based approach to wildland fire mitigation based on individual preparation and readiness. The success of our FIREWISE program rests on the education and participation of our community residents.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Tom Welly and have him come up and say a few words.
Well, thank you very much for having me here, General Walters, Colonel Wright, and ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege on behalf of the National Fire Protection Association to recognize the hard work and the dedication of the folks in this room to bring this about of becoming a recognized FIREWISE community and the first Army installation to do so in our program. That's right. And being ex-Army myself, I take a lot of pride in this, and I see this as probably leading the way, hopefully, for other not only Army installations but DoD properties in general to be looking at this when they've got residents and infrastructure at threat from wildfire.
About 14 months ago, we embarked on a staff protocol, taking a good look at our security posture here at the installation. Hadn't been done in a couple of years, and took about a 6-month effort to evaluate all of the threats that faced Fort Huachuca. And not surprisingly, wildland fire was the #1 threat to our communities, to our families, and to our mission, ensuring that we continue to do the vital work that we do for the Department of Defense, for the Army, and for our nation. So we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that we mitigate those threats to the best extent we can. And so those signs that are going to be on the outside of the installation, the plaques that hang on the wall, the board that meets, it sends a signal to the community, a figurative signal that we're after it and we're following and we're abiding by the certification standards for the NFPA.
As Colonel Wright said, you know, the wildland fire is the #1 threat to Fort Huachuca. When I first got here, the garrison team gave me a briefing on all the threats and how they were racked and stacked, and wildfires is #1. And so, in fact, at that date, back in July, we had already had 7 in Fort Huachuca, the immediate area. And I know we've had a couple since then. So, being a military organization, a military post, we don't just take the threats and let them continue to come at us without doing something about it. So what do? We come up with a plan. We come up with a plan that helps us get in front of the threat, and that's what we do. When we're overseas and we're dealing with the enemy, we're dealing with IEDs, we try to get to the left of the boom. Okay, so if it's an IED, you got the boom, you want to be to the left of it. Do things there that prevent the boom and mitigate casualties to your soldiers. With the same concept you guys are doing here. So I appreciate the initiative of all of those that were involved with this. Great effort. It came true today. Now the challenge to the garrison and the rest of the team here is to make sure we sustain this into the future.